My name is Tyler Phillipi. I'm with OnTheGo Platforms. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer, and we build software for smart glasses.
How did you get started?
Well, it started simply enough with my co-founder, Ryan, wanting to know where he was on the last run, but not some ticking watch, but some actual visual motivation, like someone passing him, i.e. himself. And then after diving in and finding out the status of the hardware and what was going on in the space, we kind of got to see behind the curtain and realize that there's a whole wave of technology coming and no one building software for it.
So Ghost Runner is the first application. How did you go from Ghost Runner to thinking about the company more broadly?
Well, one of the first applications we're working on that is more of a showcase application on all the technology we're building is Ghost Runner. So you go on a run and it shows you your time and information live in front of you. But what's really interesting is when you fall behind a pace or the last time you ran or the last time your friend ran, a Ghost Runner appears in perfect pace at that time. You begin to essentially race yourself. When we were starting to build the application, we found all these other problems and all this lacking inside of the space, even just the core tools that we needed in order to build the application. Right now, if you were to build an iPhone app or an Android app, there's a laundry list of libraries and companies who've done it that you can just follow their step. For smart glasses, it's a whole new different form factor with a lot of the same equipment, but in a totally different way. Also, we don't know how people are going to interact with stuff that appears in front of them. That's never happened before. So we're solving a lot of problems that no one else ever had to deal with before.
What's your background and how did you decide to become an entrepreneur?
Early on, there's a company called Strands, which not a lot of people remember, but the Portland area is littered with ex-Strands employees. I became an intern there, and over the course of 2.5 years, went from an intern to a full-time employee, to a salaried employee, to running the Seattle, being the business director of the Seattle R&D office before I was 24, and decided that I could do it fine on my own, and took off with a bunch of money and a hardware and IP and created my own company called Co-Collage. And then through the period of time of me building that company, trying to go national with it, working with distributors and salespeople, decided that the margins weren't there, and in the process of getting ready to close that down, sell it off, I met Ryan, and he saw what I've done with building software and building a company, and he wanted to partner up with me.
Where do you see the wearable computing market going over the next few years?
Well, it seems like people are really interested in knowing how they're moving, where they're going, whether it be an accelerometer or even creating an arbitrary amount of points, i.e. fuel. It's clear that people want to know that information. I think that what's going to happen is you're going to find a device on your face or on your arm that will slowly replace a smartphone, but it'll be augmented by a bunch of other devices. And what will happen is not smart glasses taking the place of smartphones, but smart glasses and other connected device as replacing smartphones. Google Glass is already pushing that core functionality forward, and all the glasses that are coming out related to sports and trading are beginning to sync with phones to do all the things that a phone does. It's a very short step between that and starting to replace the phone, at least an accessory to the phone. So.
What's your biggest challenge in getting the business going? What are you worried about?
Our biggest worry is what we don't know. I mean, there's so much in this space that has never been faced before, and so facing those obstacles and either running out of time, running out of money, or running out of the ability to solve those tough problems. There's a lot of problems to solve, and the way we're mitigating that risk is focusing very tightly on the software and working with best-in-breed hardware and the largest brands we can get a hold of, so that way they can help fund us and deal with the marketing and distribution.
What advice do you have for new entrepreneurs?
Shadow someone who's very, very good at this for as long as you possibly can, even do it for free, because the amount of information I learned by doing it, by failing, by working on my own is absolutely invaluable. But if I could have done that without being the person putting the money or the risk on the line, it would have been very helpful.